All right, if there was ever a big bad in the first season of Crave's Heated Rivalry, it was Ilya's demanding brother Alexei Rozanov might have been it, and his portrayer, Slavic Rogozine, is standing by with our Jee-Yun this morning.
Good morning, that's right. Heated Rivalry, one of the biggest shows right now on Crave and HBO Max, and we're joined by Ilya's brother. Slavic Rogozine joins me now. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's the hottest show globally.
Yeah.
When you first signed on, I'm sure you knew it was a good script, it was a good project. Did you ever imagine it to be this huge?
No. Not at all. I think when I had read the script, I was just thinking like, what, this is an incredibly well-written piece of media, but I had no idea that the reception it was going to be receiving, just because it's such a niche topic. Yes. Like when you have like between hockey and then you have like a queer romance, and then you're like, I was worried it would get lost to the streaming services because there's so much content that gets put out daily, like on all these. There's so many like Amazon Prime, Crave, HBO, Apple TV, but the fact that this had the reception that it did, I was blown away. Yeah.
At what point did you realize this is huge?
When I got to the premiere.
Here in Toronto.
Yeah, we had been invited by an agency to go and be like, hey, like we're gonna have the premiere on this day at this time, just show up. I'm like, okay, cool. I showed up, and then there was a few people that were kind of inside, and I had a couple of folks recognize me, like, hey, you're so and so from the show. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess because they had the premiere in Montreal the day before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat and I'll come back. When I came back to the venue, there was a lineup out the door for about 2 blocks. And then afterwards, when we all came inside, it was just packed with media and photographers and fans, and it was like you were wall to wall inside there. So then that's kind of when I walked in, I was like, oh, I think this is going to be something huge. And then it wasn't until after we watched the premiere episode, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be something huge. It was so special.
So special. Yeah. Let's talk about your character. I know on the surface people will be like, this, Alexei is not great, he's a bad boy, but really he's complex. He's going through a lot, and I think as an actor that's really fun to play.
Yeah, it's nice to get roles that kind of allow you to dive deeper into a few things that just like superficial of like, oh, he's bad, he hates this because of that. The story that I came up with is I'd written out a few pages of why I think Alexei is the way that he is, why he's behaving the way that he is with his brother. There's of course, the jealousy that his younger brother kind of got the starlight and he got to be somewhere that Alexei isn't, or Alexei feels stuck and his brother got to put all of their eggs in that basket, like go and do your thing, but Alexei, you stay back. So it's nice to be able to have explored that a little bit, but I'm hoping there's a future with exploring it further.
Yeah, we know season 2 is coming. Obviously, we don't know anything at this point, but you know it's going to be juicy, knowing Jacob.
Yeah.
We're seeing there's a couple of scenes here, but the banquet scene. This is an intense scene with you and Connor's story. Were you amazed at his transformation? Like, he's from Texas.
I didn't know anything about Connor going into the production. So when we had walked in, I met him about an hour before we went to camera, and he just met me, and he was speaking with a Russian accent. Like when he was off camera, he's just like, "Oh yes, hello, how are you?" And Connor. Yeah. I'm like, "Oh okay." Like he sounded like someone who was probably born in Russia or raised in a Russian family, but then just grew up here in Canada. Because then when he started speaking in Russian as well, I didn't have to be like, what is he saying? Like, it very much sounded like someone who just didn't speak the language for a long time. And it wasn't until the cameras went off when we were wrapped for the day, and I'm like, he's like, oh, that was an exhausting day. And I was like, who are you? I didn't recognize him at all. It was like 2 different people.
Very, like it just goes to speak to his talent. But even watching you, talking to you right now, you transform as well. I know your background is Russian, so the language comes easier than for Connor, but both of you transform so much in your scenes.
Yeah, it was, it just required a lot of us to be very much like at each other's throats. So it was the whole, like the build-up was us just kind of sitting and staring at each other across the table. And when we finally got to do the scene, we were just kind of making sure, like, hey, like if we hit each other, if we touch each other, like we're okay, okay, cool. And then we just kind of went into it. So it was, it was fun getting to be the bad guy, but then at the end of the, when you do it for so long, it can get a little bit taxing. You're like, I just want to smile.
You just want to smile. You want to give a hug and be nice. Was the banquet scene your very first time on set?
Yeah, that was my first day.
That's intense for your first day.
Yeah, I remember when I had done the audition and everything, I was like, oh wow, like this seems like it could be a very meaty scene. But and then when it got the sides, I was like, oh man, like this is they really want me to swing for the fences on my first day. Okay, let's go to work. So, it was it was fun though to do it.
Well, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I know you're a Toronto boy. So thank you so much for joining us. And Slavic, I know this is just the beginning for you. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you, G. I really hope so too.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for